What's up, Art Hive? It's Mondo, and today it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to a very spontaneous yet planned collab. Today is, as you might know, not my usual upload day. I usually upload on Sundays, but Dena Tollefson and I finally got around to post a collab that we talked about months ago, right before I had my wrist injury and we had to postpone it. Now, when I'm slowly catching up again on everything I had to drop, I started to work on this one and we set a date. For this collab, we decided to pick a theme to paint and we chose koi fish. But come on, would it even be a painting by me if it wasn't a face in it? I'm sorry, I have to. Faces are awesome. I decided last minute to split it in parts. So this is part 1 and part 2 will most likely be up on Sunday, which is my usual upload day. Speaking of which, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to become part of the wonderful Art Hive. And if you press the notification bell and set it to all notifications, you'll be sure to get all my uploads and community posts too. And of course, please check out Dena's channel. She has amazing fine art content. She's an amazing artist with lots of knowledge, experience, passion, and such a distinct style. She's kind of working with textures and I don't know, it's super cool. You have to see it for yourself. I especially like one called Jacqueline's Pond, which I'm gonna link down below, as well as Dena's video for this collab. I highly recommend you check it out. I think her videos are absolutely perfect, especially to watch in the evening, I feel, since her videos are so chill. I have trouble sleeping, especially this time of year. We're pretty close to the Arctic Circle, so the sun never quite sets during the summer months. So all night long it's bright as day. So when I want to get tired, I like to keep my head busy by watching something really interesting, but still have it to be relaxing. And Dena's longer videos are just perfect. I had several ideas for this one, some more complex, some a little simpler, and I decided I really liked the idea of a girl with a floating fish. As usual, I did the fun stuff first. And painted the face over and over again, and then like threw in the fish and the body there. I changed the face so many times. I went with an ashy, traditional and painterly look, and I was actually considering doing something inspired by Dena's style. But then I gravitated towards a cartoony style and finally ended up on something closer to my own style and Asian features. I rarely do the proper preparations for my paintings, so they morph quite a lot during the process. I promise you, one beautiful summer day in the future, I will do it properly, one day. It's just so much more fun and interesting for me to kind of see where the painting takes me. Painting digitally really has its perks when I can save several versions and try stuff out, and you'll see me go back and forward quite a bit with this one. The koi fish itself was pretty interesting for me to paint, because I must have drawn hundreds of them in my life, but never in a semi-realistic style. I was pretty dead set to become a tattoo artist once, so I used to practice a lot of the usual tattoo motifs. So let me just say, there were a lot of koi fish, and that's why my koi isn't really looking realistic. It's heavily inspired by the ones I used to paint back then. I really loved buying tattoo magazines and copy the different designs over and over until I could draw them by myself and I could start make my own designs. I remember one period when I was drawing roses. I drew them so much. So when I went to sleep at night, I could still see roses with my eyes closed. So it was a really interesting time in my life. I was super lonely, unemployed and poor and depressed, and drawing was my escape. And it's always weird for me to revisit things I used to paint back then. In a way, it feels really sad, but in other ways, it feels sacred. Painting this was super fun though, and after I set on what kind of face I wanted, I really started to like it. I started to experiment with the background, the hair, and I feel like this could have so many end results. At one point, I really wanted to paint something inspired by Jacqueline's pond, you know, Dena's painting I talked about before. But I kind of felt like this painting wanted to go in another direction. I won't show the end result today, so make sure to check back on Sunday. Working with Dena was an absolute joy. She's so nice and understanding and so full of life. So it would make me really happy if you would go over to her channel and give her some love. I really want to thank Dena for working with me. It was so much fun and I really love her art. And as always, a special thank you to my patrons, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome my new Bumblebee patron, Svante. And thank you all for watching, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday.